everybody. It feels like forever since I made a video. I've been very, very busy. Very, very busy. But things are starting to settle down now, which is good. I'm ready for a little bit of a slowdown at work. I just had something happen on Facebook, and I don't know how to feel about it. Hi, Joanne. So I was on Facebook, and I made a comment about how I'm not a fan of Trump as a person. And, but I think that him going to the tragedy, the site of the tragedy in Pennsylvania, was the right thing to do. I think standing presidents should visit the sites of tragedies to show support for the people and, try to provide some encouragement. And, the thing is, the rabbi from the church, Happy Halloween, the rabbi from the church said that he would be happy if Trump came to visit. So Trump went to visit, and I just said, at a time like this, everybody really should be putting their politics aside and focusing in on the people who are the victims of the tragedy, throwing their arms around them, showing them their support, not playing politics, not playing how do you say that word? I can't say that word. I can see it in my head and I can't get it to come out of my mouth. Partisan. Yeah, not being partisan. Is that what I'm trying to say? I think so. Anyway, and I got some mixed responses to my post. A lot of anti-Trump people came forward and were just like, what the hell is he doing? He's just trying to get the attention on himself, and this is all for political purposes, and blah, 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 blah. And they might be right. I don't know. I can't see into Trump's head. I have no idea. But another one of my friends, who I didn't know was a Trump supporter, but clearly they must be, called another one of my friends a shitbag. And it just shocked me. Bipartisan. Is bipartisan where you want to be together, or is bipartisan when you're pushing each other apart? I don't know. I'm dumb. I'm blonde. Anyways, but you know what I mean, right? Everybody needs to reach across the aisle, shake hands, and help one another out in tragedies, not play politics, right? Anyways, so one of my friends called another one of my friends a shitbag, and I was just shocked that this happened. Because the guy who said it is such a nice guy, I would never have expected that to come out of his mouth. And I don't know how to feel. And then he said he's going to drop me as a friend on Facebook because he doesn't want to see that kind of stuff come across his news feed. And I don't know. I was just like, hey, you do what you got to do. I'm not going to take it personally, and I'm not. Whether you have me as a friend on Facebook really doesn't make any difference to me as long as we're friends in real life. You know what I mean? I understand that not everybody it wants to read the kinds of things that I talk about, so I get that. It's okay. But I don't know, just the whole thing just made me go, what the heck just happened here? And that is how it is, isn't it, right now? In our country. Everybody is so politically polarized right now and angry. And, I know people are quick to blame Trump for that, and definitely Trump's careless speech is partly to blame for all of the I say this? I think that the anger that our country is feeling right now has been festering under the surface for years and years and years and years. It was masked by political correctness. And with Trump and his very throw it in your face kind of way of talking about things, I think a lot of that political correctness has gone out the window, and people are less polite with one another. And unfortunately, in a situation like this, where our country is so angry right now, I think that a lot of people who are maybe not mentally stable are hearing some of the things that are being said and taking it to a whole new level. You know what I mean? I agree with you. I think that like politeness is like a thing of the past, you know, which is sad because we're better than that. We really are. As a country, we're better than that. I think that there's like a tremendous disconnect with people these days because, you know, social media has made us all kind of disconnected from our humanity, I think, you know. And I love social media, don't get me wrong. I love being able to keep in contact with everybody like this. What the hell? Oh, but sometimes I think that social media is like making us disconnect. Let's see here, until we get back to this. Yeah, I agree. It is good morning, Robert. More bad stuff happened, which really sucks. And I'll tell you something, you know, yesterday, Chrissy and I were doing our weekly Walmart run. We go to Walmart. The people at Walmart know us. It's actually kind of sad. But anyways, we walk in and so I was at Honda and rabbi in training. I'm going to go, okay, so I lost you at the Walmart thing. Chrissy got a flat tire on the way to Walmart. We took the tire to Honda to get it fixed. And while we were there, I started talking to these Jewish guys, this rabbi and this other guy. And, you know, I told him, I said, you know, I'm a Christian. Oh, I'm very blurry. Why is that? I said, I'm a Christian, but I'm praying for you guys. I'm praying for the Jewish community because, you know, what happened was a tragedy. And I said, I know you guys aren't connected to that particular synagogue, but I mean, as a community, you guys have to be feeling this. He's like, oh, and they were like, yeah, you know, this is awful, you know. And I'm like, why is this happening in our country? What the heck is going on, you know? And, you know, they both were kind of just shaking their heads. And I said, well, you know what? You guys are human beings. I'm a human being. I love you guys. I'm going to be praying for you in your community. And I'm going to be praying for America in general because we all need to just sit the F down and shut the F up. You know what I'm saying? And, but I didn't say that to them, but I said, we all need to be a lot more kind to one another. And they're like, oh, you're such a good person. Give me a hug because I started to cry. I know, I'm such a baby. I burst into tears as I'm talking to him about this tragedy. It's so sad. And it's scary. This could have happened at a Catholic church. This could have happened at a mosque. This could have happened, you know, at a Baptist church, at a Lutheran church. Could have happened at a Zen center. I mean, not long ago, we had the Sikh temple shooting here in Milwaukee, where a Sikh temple was attacked because the dude thought that they were Muslim. Didn't understand the difference between Muslims and Sikhs. And dude went in there and shot up a bunch of people, and it was horrible, horrible, horrible. It's just... Oh, I agree with you. There, you know, here's the thing, like, Melissa, back in the 80s, Ronald Reagan signed a bill that allowed people with mental health conditions to be able to sign themselves out of mental institutions. And there was some good and there's some bad that came as a result of that. There was a lot of gay people in mental institutions, right? Because up until that time, being gay was thought of as like a mental problem, not as something that you're born with. And so people were able to sign themselves out of mental institutions who were perfectly sane, but were a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it is. It's very wrong. Why am I so blurry? What is going on? Come on. The hell. Anyway, so yeah, so now you have, there's the unfortunate side effect was people who really do have mental conditions can write themselves out of their mental institutions as long as they're showing like some degree of lucidity and there isn't some sort of crime behind it. So you have lots of people who are in the deep throes of schizophrenia, who are out there on the street, not on medication, which they really need to be on to be able to control the problem, the symptoms, and they get wild ideas in their head and then go and they shoot places up, you know, and that's going to happen more and more. Because right now, the amount of hate that is being thrown around on social media is crazy. If you hate something, I guarantee you'd be able to find at least 10 websites on the internet that promote your hate, you know, and they're more and more riled up. And there's, you know, I believe in free speech. I don't want to see any censorship, but at the same time, I also believe in responsible speech. And I think that maybe we need to start thinking about drawing a line in the sand between free speech and responsible speech. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Kim! I haven't been making a lot of videos lately anyway because I've just been too freaking busy. Too freaking busy! But anyways, I mean, that's what happened this morning. I had a friend go off on another friend, and it kind of broke my heart that happened because I certainly don't want to be the one who is instigating hate. I want to be the person who's trying to mediate so that the hate goes away, you know what I'm saying? But my friend had such a kind of a violent response to my other friend. It really made me take a step back. Like, made me think, well, maybe I won't talk about these things on my Facebook page anymore because I certainly don't want that kind of reaction. Just about out of the tunnel. I think I might be back. I am not sure. I hope I am. Hello! Yes, I am. It's very sunny out today. That's nice. It's 47 degrees, though. It's cold. Why does this keep doing this? This getting blurry thing. I don't know. So I hope all you guys are doing all right. I miss talking to you guys. I'm glad I got a chance to come on and talk with you guys a little bit. Happy Halloween! We had a trick-or-treat on Sunday at our house. We had about 130 kids come, which is down from years past, but it was raining. So I think the rain might have kept some of the kids away. My mom said she had 88 kids, I think she said. 80, 88, something like that, which was down for her as well. I live as far west as you can go in the city of Milwaukee proper before you hit the suburbs. Like literally across the street from me is the suburbs. So we get a lot of kids that, a lot of trick-or-treaters that come in from like the inner city and places where it's not safe to trick-or-treat in our neighborhood, which I'm perfectly fine with. I just want kids to have fun, and I think kids should have fun on Halloween, so I don't care if they come to my house carrying a pillow sack with a bag over their head calling it a costume. This day is for kids, and I'm glad to see them when they're there. So there was this one little African-American girl who Chrissy actually answered the door when she came, and it was getting towards the end of trick-or-treating, and Chrissy said to the little girl, well, you can pick whatever kind you want. You can pick 2 of whatever kind of candy you'd like. And so she's like, can I pick this one? And Chrissy's like, yeah. And she's like, and then Chrissy's like, you can pick one more. She's like, okay. And then she picked another one. And then, you know, she said, thank you. And she ran back down to the street by her mom, and she went, these people are really nice. You know, and I think that that is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. When you're nice to people, when you're kind to people, you make a lasting impression on them, you know? And I think that as a country, I'm not saying that you need to bury the things that you feel, but wouldn't it be better if we all just spoke to one another, we were family? Like, spoke to one another like you were talking to your mom? Oh, Melissa's still sick. Oh, chat. So I can see. Come on, there we go. I'm just going to read these here real quick. It's dreary. Oh, Robert, it's snowing by you? Oh, I guess it's just a good day to stay in and smoke weed. Oh, wait, that's every day. Oh, you don't get any trick-or-treaters? Well, Melissa, you should come on over by me on the next time we have trick-or-treating next year, and you can hand out candy with me. How's that? Oh, Robert, that's cool. Oh, you've been thinking about us? I'm always thinking about you guys. A lot of times I look at your videos, and if I don't comment, you know, I apologize, but I'm watching. Just know that. I give you guys a thumbs up, and then I go back to what I was doing. So, well, you guys have a great day. I love you guys. Thank you for spending my ride in with me, and you guys take care and have a great day.